Hello friends, my name is Tawfiq and you're watching my channel Graphics 10. So in this video in Photoshop, we'll see how to do professional high-end skin retouching using a very simple method. So first of all, I have opened this image which is pretty original because the skin texture is original and we haven't applied anything on this image. So this is, we can say, a raw image, and as you can see the skin texture is original. So for that, to create the retouching effect, we have to take a duplicate copy. One more. So we have taken two duplicate layers by pressing and holding Ctrl J, or if you are using Mac, you can press and hold Command J, or you can simply go to layer and new, and you can simply create a layer via copy. So whichever way you find easy, you can do that. Now after creating two duplicate layers, convert them into smart object individually. Now remember, you cannot take one duplicate layer and convert it into a smart object and then again duplicate. So if I convert this into a smart object and again Ctrl J, if I take a copy of the smart object, so that will be a totally different thing. So remember, you have to create two individual layers and convert them into smart objects individually like this. So because if you take a duplicate of smart object, then the changes will occur on all the smart objects that you have taken duplicate of. So remember, take layers separately and convert them into duplicate layers separately. Now once we have converted both the layers into smart object, now turn off this top layer for now. Now apply Gaussian blur from blur filter, blur and Gaussian blur. The amount may vary according to the image. Now remember, the image has to look clear. Now in this particular instance, I cannot see any spots on the image like this. Now if I decrease the radius, I can still see some spots on the skin. So increase it as much so that you won't see any spots on the skin, or just an easy way, you need to see the difference between the pupils and the white area in the eyes. Now if I increase the radius, you cannot differentiate between the white area and the pupil, the center part of the eye. So decrease as much as possible like this. Now here I will increase a bit more. We can still see some white area in the eye and pupils, so we can still differentiate between the pupil area and the white area in the eye. So, and again, if you are not satisfied with the result, you can always change the value of the Gaussian blur, because we have applying it on the smart object. Okay, press OK. So since we have applied it on a smart object, we can always change the Gaussian blur value. So for now it looks good. On the top layer, turn it on and change the blending mode to linear light, and go to filter again and apply from the other filter high pass filter. Now check the preview, and if you are not satisfied with the value, you can simply play with the value. Now I think 5.23 is pretty much okay. As you can see, this is the texture that we are going to apply. It has to look realistic, and again it has to look good. Both the things to remember, it has to look good, also it has to look slightly original. So press OK. I think 5.3 is good to me, so I'll press OK. Again, if you are not satisfied with the value, you can always change the value, because we have applied it on a smart object. Double click and you can always change the value. Now as you can see, we have applied the values on everything on the image. We have applied the same values on hair, on lips, on eyes, but we only want to apply these values on the skin itself. So what we are going to do is, we are going to select these two layers and convert this into a group. You can simply do that by selecting first of all the layers and then clicking on this particular icon, or you can simply press Ctrl G or Command G. So it will be converted into a group. Both the layers are converted into a layer now, a group now rather. Now if you remember, if you apply a a layer mask to this entire group, we can hide the entire thing which is present in the group. So we can simply press and hold Alt key or Option key in the Mac and click on this layer mask option. So it will hide the entire content of the group. Now we only want to show the skin area. So using the brush tool, we will reveal the area that we want, and remember, white color reveals and black color conceals when we are using layer mask option. So in this case, I have chosen soft round brush and I am going to draw the brush on the screen, the area that I want that texture to be applied. Now simply draw. As you can see, the result is very good. The texture is very important. We cannot just make the skin plain, it will look fake. Even though in some cases people use that effect, they just make the skin plain in modeling photography, but this looks much better because of the texture. This will give the image a realistic kind of look. And remember, whenever the creases of the skin is present, like this crease over here or the shape, try to apply minimum of texture, because if you apply the texture on top of the crease, it will look fake. It will look kind of 2D kind of look, but if you do it properly, the image will pop out and it will look much better. Like this, I am applying it, and don't apply it on the lips. Now here, only apply it on the center. Let the creases pop out like this. And if there is a highlight area like this, let it alone. Don't apply so much effect on that particular area, because it won't look good and it will take away everything that is making this image look good. So this is the result that we are getting, and it looks pretty good to me actually. So this is before and this is after. It is looking much better. And let's say if you are still not satisfied with the image, you can simply convert this entire thing, the couple of layers and a group, into duplicate layer. So I have already selected all the things, and press and hold Ctrl J or Command J, and now I want to keep these two as it is, because I don't want to change anything from this, and press Ctrl E or Command E to blend the images together, or layers together rather. And now again, if you want to make it, convert it into a smart object again, and if you want to add some sharpness or some other effect, you can simply, since we have converted into a smart object, we can always change the value. So I'll go to filter and camera filter, and we can change couple of values if you are not satisfied. It is looking actually pretty good already, but still if you are not satisfied with the result, you can always change. Let's say texture, this will increase the texture. As you can see, this is increasing and this is decreasing, so I'll increase the texture a little bit. Let's say 10, or maybe a little bit more. 13 looks good to me. Clarity, if you want to increase clarity, you can always increase clarity. And again, now from the detail option, I will increase sharpening a little bit, not much, a little bit. If you want to change some other values, let's say if you want to color correction or something like that, vibrance or something, you can always do that, but I am satisfied with this result, so I'll stop right here. It will take a little bit of time, as this is a high quality image. So I think there is a slight change. I'm not sure whether you will be able to see that change or not. So this is slight change. If the screen will, I don't know if the screen will capture this, but I can see a slight change. So I'm satisfied with this. So I'll save this save as. Simply you can go to file and save as. I'll save this in JPEG, and I will name this whatever you want to name it. Save and okay. And if you can see, this is the original image. As you can see, this is the original image, and this is what we have achieved using the retouching method. So this looks, I think, very good to me. As you can see, because of the texture, it is looking realistic. At the same time, it is looking pretty enriched or enhanced. You can always apply some texture over here. I have left it alone because it will look a bit fake if I had applied it to the nose. But still, if you want, you can always apply it. So this is before and this is after. So this is as easy as this to retouch skin using this professional high-end retouching method. I'm sure you find it very simple. So do apply it and try to create some amazing images. So that's it for this video. If you like this video, give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. I will see you in the next one. Until then, bye bye and cheers.